Illinois worker finds 3 severed heads at his desk after job complaints. Well, that's it for the job, kids. So much for gainful employment. The level of professionalism it would take in the face of such blatant disrespect would make anyone question if it was really worth it in the first place. A worker at a Chicago company that distributes human body parts for medical research says someone, and that's what would stick with me, is the term someone, not knowing who it is, left 3 severed heads next to his desk in a macabre act of retaliation after he complained about the condition of donor bodies. Gail Wheatley, the transportation coordinator for the Anatomical Gift Association of Illinois, filed a police report after discovering the 3 disembodied heads sitting on a blue plastic storage tub by his desk. The Anatomical Gift Association is a not-for-profit organization that donates bodies to the 8 major medical schools in the state of Illinois. Now, these bodies are free because they're being donated, but they still cost several $1,000s a piece to store and transport. So if this guy's job is to oversee the transportation of the bodies, damn right he's supposed to say something about the condition. At first I was confused, Wheatley tells People. My boss walked by and I asked him why the heads were at my desk. He said they need to get back with their bodies so we can send them to cremation. Wait a minute, because I don't care for his boss's tone at all. He should have threw one of those heads at him. How is his boss not just as concerned as he is, if not more? How is his boss going to play like this is just workplace shenanigans, like 3 heads at someone's desk is just regular for the workday? Wheatley said in his 5 years at the job, body parts had never before been placed by his desk, which is exactly why his dumbass boss should be a professional and show some concern if he's not the one in on it, and normally are kept in designated storage areas before he retrieved them to deliver to medical schools for students to dissect and study. They are later collected, cremated, and the ashes are returned to families. I asked them why they were at my desk, Wheatley said, and he said, I don't know, Dale. There's a lot of strange things going on, and that's when I would have knew. And that's when you find out you can't trust anybody at that job. He's not dumb. He's playing dumb. Either he's in on it or he knows exactly who has something to do with it. Wheatley, 37, said he also found rolled up bunches of smoldering sage throughout the office, which he interpreted as harassment. Not 3 severed heads on your desk. That's not harassment, but the sage is. Some cultures believe burning sage can help reduce negativity. I think they were trying to say it's for warding off evil spirits, Wheatley said, and I was the evil spirit. And I could see where they might be trying to gaslight him or bait him into acting out so they could call his workplace behavior into question and probably try to can him. But honestly, he's not asking for anything that's not described in their mission statement and core values of this association. The shocking experience with the heads followed a complaint by Wheatley last month that donated bodies were not being properly embalmed or stored as a result, which is a huge health risk, were subject to rotting and mold. Rats had chewed through storage bags and bitten cadavers' feet, according to his attorney, David Fish, and other degradation and decomposition made the bodies unusable or shorten the length of time they can be studied. This sounds like something that's been going on for a while, an underlying culture in the workplace, if that's what you want to call it, starting at that boss that wants to play oblivious. Then you get a new guy in there that wants to tell people, hey, you got to do your job properly. And no, that just won't do. No, we can't have that. The body goes to waste if it's not properly cared for, Fish tells People. I know that, and I don't even work there. One medical school lab manager contacted the Anatomical Association to report that some of the donors they received were in such poor condition they couldn't be used. In a message viewed by People, the lab manager noted a bug infestation decomposing tissue on the hands and feet. I think Buddy should just go on ahead and start looking for another job. But keep that lawsuit open, because if they lose one of those universities, which you know that's what it's coming to because they're being very ignorant about things, they're going to lose them all, and all of them are going to be out of a job. William O'Connor, executive vice president of the nonprofit company, could not be reached for comment by People, but the Chicago Tribune reported that he denied that donor bodies were mistreated and said handling body parts is in Wheatley's job description. I got a question. How the hell would that jackass know anything? As vice president, he's not paying attention to the boots on the ground, day-to-day handling of those bodies as the transportation coordinator's job is the allegory of the cave. The only thing Wheatley did wrong was speaking up and saying that something was wrong. Wheatley, who also lodged complaints with the Cook County Medical Examiner and the Illinois Department of Public Health, wants to see better care taken of the bodies and the workspaces. He in general felt the facility needs to be improved. Fish says they need to treat donors with more respect. Me personally, I have no choice but to believe that every person in that building is a bad actor, and they have been doing this for a while until he came along and had the nerve to say something. What do you think? Could you come to work every day after somebody left 3 heads on your desk?